Okay, guys, I wanted to share my insight on where the current market is, what's going on, and what I'm seeing firsthand from trying to sell some properties, also refinance homes, talking to different lenders and people that are in the market, what you really need to do to adjust to what's going to happen. Right now, we are in a transition period, interest rates from the banks, and it's going to be a buyer's market. And I've survived a buyer's market as well as a seller's market, which was post-COVID. The way a buyer's market was pre-COVID, when you have to be very careful with your renovation costs, the purchase price, how you borrowed money to make the deal work, and then also on the back end of ensuring that the home price would comp out with other homes in the area that you were planning on flipping with. This is the game that you have to be careful of in the transition period, being really off on the ARV. I went 15% off of the ARV months ago, and it's actually lower. I can't even tell you how much more it's gonna bottom out, because I haven't sold a couple properties, and I'm seeing real time of some homes that are selling, and it's gonna keep dropping because of the way rates are going up and homes are gonna come down in price. Be prepared for that. And this is a transition period. For the next 6 months, you're going to see steadily prices coming down and be a buyer's market. However, if you're a fix and flipper and it's a buyer's market, you can't get excited, because then if you fix it and you plan on flipping it, remember, you're going to be on the other side of it as a seller. And I've been in that side of it. When you're a seller in a buyer's market, it's only going to sell at a very specific number. It's not going to be over asking. It's either going to be the number that you projected or less, period. Very rarely did it go above the number I projected when I bought it in a buyer's market. Only if I really dressed up the renovation where it was out of control, finishes and fixtures and all that stuff, that of course someone's going to overpay for it. But you're going to have to really bring the noise on a fix and flip moving forward, because of the buyer's market, and people are going to they're just going to be tighter on their buy box. They're not going to just feel desperate they have to buy anything or anything or everything. They're going to be very much okay with renting for a period of time. The opportunity here is on the buy and hold side. If you're a fix and flipper only, the buy and hold part of the business is going to be astronomical. As long as you know how to buy right, you have the right lenders, you know the right appraisers to get your appraisal situated, the buy and hold business is going to be really where you scale your portfolio and your equity. When it was a buyer's market and a seller's market, I bought so many more homes before COVID than I did post-COVID. Because when it was a seller's market, I was still able to buy great properties and then sell the homes off. So I wasn't keeping anything. In a buyer's market, I was running my numbers, keeping things tight, keeping the renos tight, refinancing it, getting my capital back. This is the best time to be in the BRRRR strategy market. However, you could do the BRRRRs, but where's the cash flow? Where's the injections of capital like flips can give you? Is it wholesaling? Again, extremely hard to wholesale in this market, because what buyers are going to want is this. They will want every home that you bring to them be in a 1% rule for the BRRRR strategy, which would be, you need to, if the property sells for $100,000 between purchase and repairs, you need to bring in a minimum of $1,000 of rent, because that's the 1% rule. $1,000 rent divided by $100,000 all-in purchase to reno, 1% rule. I would be more in the 1.25% rule, so I would want $1,250 for every 100K. But remember, if you even nail the DSCR, your purchase and reno has to be at 65% of the after repair value, because it's not a BRRRR unless you do 65% of the purchase and the renovation costs combined. Okay, 65%. So wholesaling is going to be so hard that you might as well just keep the effing thing and do it yourself. It's good to bird dog it. I think bird dogs will be great. You'll be able to make a quick $5,000 by plucking deals or partnering with an investor like myself or other investors that know how to purchase homes or negotiate how to purchase homes. Where all the money is going to be made is this industry, or this part of the niche business, which is very few and far between, is the rent to own market. The rent to own market is going to be an unbelievable space to be in as a buyer's market, because I was in a buyer's market, I was in a seller's market, and I do rent to owns, and I see the power of when it's a buyer's market, you're not going to be able to get the ARVs. However, you will get the ARVs with a tenant buyer, because they will be able to put a down payment, a nice size down payment. It could be anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000 up to $75,000, which I've received, and give them a plan where they can own it over time, as well as packaging with a lender, as well as a credit repair company, and get them to buy that asset. You'll be able to get paid three ways: by either wrapping deals or creating tenant buyers with a BRRRR strategy. But that is going to be the most lucrative part of the business, by arbitraging an existing seller if they're willing to hold the mortgage, do a subject to deal. But that's the place that I'm going to focus all my attention: rent to own, arbitraging deals, and doing the BRRRR strategy. Fix and flipping is not on my radar screen unless it is an unbelievable, crazy combination of numbers and the exit completely makes sense in a very specific market. And if you're fix and flipping, you need to fix and flip, because I'm in the South Jersey, New Jersey market, in that FHA home buyer market, or which is the first time home buyer market, a VA market, as well as a conventional market, which is 5% down. I would stay away from the low tier, anywhere from $100,000 and under, or anything over $300,000 up. I would stay right in that sweet spot between $100,000 to under $300,000. That range is the best range, because the middle class rates won't do too much to turn them around, but I'm in that range there if I'm fixing and flipping. But remember, I'm not even considering it because I'm looking at these other options. I wanted to share my thoughts of where we're at right now. We're in that transition period, and it's only going to get worse from a seller's vantage point, and it's going to turn into a buyer's market. However, you can't just fix and flip. That's the whole premise of my message here, is being able to find other ways out of a deal to turn a profit, since the market is going this way. Even if you're buying, as a regular investor, is not going to be for you unless you have other plans of attack. So best of luck. Please subscribe, share this, and give me your feedback, guys. Thank you.